Hi. Today we are going to talk about personal finance and also its importance. So let's begin with personal finance. So what is personal finance? So basically it is to keep a track on your cash inflow, which is basically your earnings that you do, and also to keep a track on your cash outflow. So which is basically your spendings that you do on a daily or monthly basis. And if you find the subtraction of that cash outflow and cash inflow, which is basically your savings for investment purpose. So now let's understand what are the instruments that we can use for our savings purpose. So to begin with, if you visit any bank, like private bank or public sector bank, if you visit them and talk to any bank representatives, they will offer you variety of instruments like your savings account, where what you kind of maintain certain amount on a monthly or quarterly basis, and based on that they provide you the interest. Like in any private banks, if you go, it varies from 3% to 7% you can consider. So that is one instrument. Then current account, that is basically for your business purpose. So bank doesn't in our country, on current account bank doesn't provide interest. So what's next? Then comes under your fixed deposit and recurring deposit, two very important term. So let's understand what this term means and what are the difference between these two. So to begin with, fixed deposit is basically, take it as you have certain bulk amount of money. If we kind of understand this with an example, I would say assume you have assume that 10 lakhs of rupees. So you go to the bank and you say that I want to invest this amount in the fixed deposit, and then what they do, they put this money for a certain period of time. Assume that 10 lakh rupees goes into fixed deposit for 1 year period of time, and bank will provide interest for that 1 year. Assume that 7% interest rate. So end of the year, at maturity, they may provide you that 7% interest along with the principal. At the same time, many other banks provide ways to take that interest, like monthly basis or maybe quarterly basis in every 3 months. That is also available, it depends on bank to bank. So in general, in fixed deposit, you put a certain amount of money for a certain period of time, and bank provides interest for that period. Now next come to recurring deposit. Assume that any salaried person, like anybody with, if you go with an example, it would be much better to understand. So take it as a person who wants, assume 40,000 a month, and after his spendings every month he kind of saves around 10,000. So what he does then, the person goes to the bank and says that I would spend 10,000 rupees every month for savings purpose. Then the bank provides you this recurring deposit, where every month from your savings account, this 10,000 rupees will be put into the recurring deposit, and based on that principle, like if you do it for about a year, like the recurring deposit, so every month you will be giving them 10,000 rupees. So for 12 months, 1,20,000 rupees, and on that principle, bank will provide you interest. So again, the interest varies from bank to bank, especially if you go to the private sector bank, they will provide you a bit more interest compared to the public sector bank. So I'm not endorsing anyone here. You can go and check it out on your own. So next, what comes for another instrument, like for investment, we can go with MF, which is your mutual fund. So let's understand the term mutual fund. So mutual fund is basically kind of an instrument for investment purpose, where the money will be kind of managed by a specially trained fund manager. So there are many mutual funds in the market. So you can go to different websites. I'm not going to endorse anyone. You can check it out on the internet, and basically I would say that in mutual fund, basically money is compared here safe much more compared to the stock, which is other part of the instrument of investment. So yeah, so you can go there and check it out for mutual fund. So next comes under your stock. Again, the market is volatile. Understanding, you need to have a deep understanding about how stock runs. You need to have, also you need to have a deep understanding about the company that you are putting your money into. Assume that you are putting your money into any FMCG company, like those companies who make different groceries, like FMCGs, like your everyday stuff, your food, biscuits, your Colgate, toothbrush, those daily stuffs that you use. If you're putting your money into those FMCG companies, you need to have a very, very good understanding about that particular company, what's their balance sheet is all about, how they're current performing, how they're performing currently at present in the market. So yeah, so compared to, if you take a deep comparison between mutual fund and stock, I would say initially it's better to go with the mutual fund, because somebody who is trained, fund manager, will be handling your money, although they will take a certain percentage of that, but that's not an issue. Money is pretty safe. So yeah, initially I would suggest you to go with mutual fund. Meanwhile, you start understanding about how stock market works. It's for a very beginner who doesn't know where to invest in. So yeah, so these are the different instruments where you can put your money into. Now let's come now with the basic terms, which is your if you open an account in the bank, which is an important aspect of personal finance, which is your mode of operation, a very, very important term. Whenever you go to the bank, prioritatively the banking representatives would ask you whether you want to open it like single-handedly or joint or either a survivor. So here are three terms. One is single-handedly, like a single person is handling the account, there is nobody else involved. Then comes your joint. Joint account works when there are two persons. Like take an example with a husband and wife. So if husband and wife decides to open an account with the bank, then there is an option. There are two options actually. One of them is your jointly operated, and other one is your either a survivor operation. Now let's understand this with an example. What is the difference between either a survivor and joint? Assume that you go to the bank with the checkbook to withdraw cash. So in case of jointly operated account, both the account holder has to sign in the check. You understand? Both the person has to sign the check in case of jointly operated. And in the other way, if it is like either a survivor, then any one of the account holder, either husband or the wife, they sign it, then you can go to the bank and liquidate that amount, any amount. So that's the basic difference between your jointly operated account and your either a survivor. So next comes one of the important aspects which I feel is that your nomination. Whenever you open an account, whether it is savings account or fixed deposit account, your recurring deposit account, make sure you put nomination. It is very, very important. Sometimes, banking representatives, they also don't give much attention to this, for many reasons. So, but you make sure you remember that you open an account for any purpose, savings, fixed deposit, recurring deposit, you put a nomination. There has to be nomination. Without that, please don't open it. In case of emergency, like somebody dies, what will happen to that money? That savings account, fixed deposit, recurring deposit, what will happen to that money? That money will go to the nominee. Like if husband or wife, if a person goes to the bank, he or she opens an account, then the person can nominate his spouse or if the person is not married, then maybe parents, brother or sister, whoever the person trusts or thinks that this person should inherit this money. So make sure to put a nomination in your account, most important. So we are done with this. Then next comes your password, one of the most important aspect. Whenever you open an account, make sure you share your password with at least a single trusted person at your home. It can be husband, wife, your parents, anybody. But you make sure that your mobile banking password, internet banking password, your ATM debit card password, you share it with at least with a trusted person. You make sure that, because in case of an emergency, the other person that you share it with can help you out with any kind of like mobile banking. You can transfer it to somebody else, or maybe internet banking with the same purpose, or maybe withdraw some cash for your own purpose in case you are in any emergency. It can be anything, medical emergency or any other stuff. So I believe I kind of covered few aspects of personal finance. Just remember that, whenever you go to the bank, the things that I have told you, make sure you cover those aspects. Speak to the banking representatives. They will be, I also believe they will be in a better position to guide you with that. But make sure you remember this. So yeah, today's topic is what all about I wanted to talk. I will be coming, as this is my first video, in the next also I'll be coming with the same kind of videos related to finance, or sometimes I'll be talking on geopolitics, because that is also a kind of a topic that I kind of read on a daily basis. So sometimes I'll be talking on geopolitics also, especially related to East Asian geopolitics I'll be talking on. So thank you very much. I hope you will like this video, and if you like it, then please subscribe the channel, and like the video and share it with your close ones. Thank you.